Hello there, and welcome. This is not the weekly support and clarity or weekly review, whatever you want to call it. Don't really mind it as long as you get value out of it. No, I got asked the question, and yeah, thanks for joining me again for this impromptu video. So yeah, I got asked the question a couple of weeks ago from somebody. There was something about patterns and programs and different things that came up in the weekly reading, and they asked me about how do I recognize this within my life. So what I was talking about was those sort of underlying subconscious programs. And on a positive tip, they can be things like people who always see the happy side of things, people that have good luck, people that are just always find themselves in the right place at the right time, people that, friendships, love, finances, money, great opportunities just flow to them very easily. And then there is also programs, and I'm not saying that one's good or bad or light or dark. That's all bullshit to me, actually. Programs are programs. They actually don't have an agenda. So programs can be made up from society, from your environment, from what you've been taught, what people have said to you, what you've said to yourself, or from traumatic events as well. And sometimes programs, the thing is with subconscious programs is they just tend to be created in a very sort of subtle way. And so they're telling me, Spirit's saying, it's almost like that saying, once bitten, twice shy kind of thing. And so how to recognize a program is really about recognizing what are the things that you just unconsciously do. So, all of a sudden, all right, they're just showing me like, you got to have some bills come through. Got my car insurance, got the electricity bills, I got kids' uniforms and school books. And the first thing, I'm not saying everyone does this, but the first thing that some people, if they have a program in this way, will go, oh crap, how can I pay for this? I haven't got the money for this. Oh my God, this is terrible, this is horrible. And then you start stressing about money. You say, okay, so this is a program which is more of that defeatist way, and more of that thing about you giving your power away, and more of those programs which can negatively affect your life. Not that the program's negative, but they negatively affect your life. Okay, so it's those things where you just don't even think, something happens and boom, there's an emotional reaction, there's a charge, there's a trigger, and then from then on, there's a particular series of events that occur from that particular incident. Now, recognizing these sorts of things is, well, I'm not going to say it's hard, but it's that thing that just takes a little bit of effort. And so everyone's got programs in them which negatively affect their lives or subdue them, and that positively affect their lives as well. But the positive ones are generally a bit easier to see because you're happy to look into them. The other side, well, not so much, because you don't really want to look into them sometimes. But it's that thing too about sort of asking yourself, okay, well, what are the events in my life that occur that have quite a detrimental impact upon me? So they really affect me in quite a harsh way. They really take their toll upon my life, whether this is things around trust, things around, not feeling supported, things around money, regardless. And then there's like almost like a roll-on effect after that. So it's really about you sort of stepping back from yourself. And a good way of doing this is actually kind of looking at things. You can do this through meditation, or you can do it through writing. You can do it through looking at yourself from a third perspective, or third person perspective, and saying, okay, well, if I was looking at myself and I was looking at this particular situation and occurred, what can I see were the events, when you sort of go, even want to count backwards, what was the events that occurred? And then once you start to recognize, okay, when this incident happens, I feel like this, I think like this, and then through this, I end up acting like this, because it's generally the feeling, the thought, and then the action afterwards. So what you can do about this, once you've recognized it, don't get down on yourself, okay? That's going to continue to have this perpetuate in your life. It's going to continue to have a stranglehold upon you. So one thing you can do is actually go, well, yeah, this is awesome. I'm brave, I'm honest, and I'm able to see things clearly. So that's a really good thing. Congratulate yourself for actually like looking at this uncomfortable stuff in your life. Then the next step is to go, okay, well, what would be something that would be lighter, that would be different, that would be uplifting? What's something, it could even be the complete opposite. Okay, so if you're like, okay, well, if I acted the complete opposite, what would happen? And then so it's that thing, or if I acted in a different way, how could I make this into a positive instead of into a negative? So going back to, the things about the bills and the school books and all that sort of thing, you go, wow, okay. So, I've been given, I've been given power, I've been given water, I've been given, I've been able to drive my car around and feel safe, knowing that if anything happens, I'm sorted. The insurance company is going to pay me back. All of my children are getting well educated. Okay, so it's that thing with the school books and whatever the case. So you kind of go, okay, cool. Well, I've been given an opportunity. So look, that's that thing about I'm more than happy to honour the people or honour the processes or honour myself or my children to actually have this within my life. And what this starts to do, and as you do it more and more and more and more, starts to break down that old pattern, and it works on a neurological level as well. Because instead of your neurons firing in your brain, and it's almost like a roadmap, and it just you've got this path which is like difficult, negative, hard, whatever the case, and it's been well worn into your brain. When you start doing something different, you start, looking at it from a different perspective, turning something that could be negative into a positive. It takes a while for that new road or that new path to be created. And the thing is, you're going to keep defaulting back to, the old one for a little while, depending on you, depending on how ingrained it is, a lot of factors here, this sort of thing. But if you're able to acknowledge this, keep your eye on the prize, and the prize is I want to create more of a positive spin within this program, within this pattern. I want to configure or readjust my subconscious, because 90% of the things, I think it's around 90% of the things that we do through the day are actually unconscious or subconscious drives. We don't actually think about them. So it's about becoming aware of them, and then it's about changing it into something that's going to be uplifting. And this might take a while, but every time you do it, congratulate yourself and go, yes, I'm on the road, I'm on the path to changing this. And they're just reminding me, they're saying that, there's a lot of people out there doing podcasts and talking about stories, and, successful people, actors, people, different people in all walks of life that have gone through very difficult times to get to, more of an abundant lifestyle, more of a happy lifestyle, is they've always put in that work about going, okay, what's bringing me down? Okay, well, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to concentrate on what's bringing me up. And so just keep at it more and more and more. And the more that you do this, the more that things will change. But it'll happen slowly and it'll be subtle. So one of the best things I've found to help this along, to help this process, is to congratulate yourself. Go, good work for what I've done. Even if stuff didn't work and you didn't want to it didn't get to where you wanted it to, but you put in effort and you tried and you're aware, you still congratulate yourself. Now, the other way you can do this is with the help of different therapies, energy workers, different things like that. So I found kinesiology is actually really good with this, especially the kinesiology that I've been trained in, I practice, because we actually get to the core of the program, and then it's about readjusting that program, and it's about flipping it. And so if you'd like to talk with me about that and do some work around that, yeah, I'd be more than happy. Give me a call. All the links are going to be below, and you'll have my details. Just look for davidmjohn.com or .com.au. You'll find me. And you know, it's not just kinesiology. There's a whole lot of different ways you can do this. I've just found that's a really good way of doing it. And there's one other modality which I use quite a lot, which is really good with programs, but I kind of use kinesiology as the base. So thanks for joining me. I hope that answered your question, and have a beautiful week. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.